Well, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to Ranked Review Series, Episode 2. This game, we will be reviewing a tough loss I had. I played off stream, maybe yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. And, yeah, I know one thing that is a big reason why I lost, but we'll see if I could have made a recovery after that point and what else I did wrong in this game. I was playing against English. I do think English is a little bit busted right now, I'll be honest, but this game is all about skill at the end of the day, and there's always a way to beat your opponent, even if they're playing even in the worst matchups, there's always a way to beat your opponent unless you are literally, Beastie Cutie versus Marine Lord or two pro players playing against each other. I mean, outside of like the top, I don't know, top 1,000 players, I just don't think that. I just think, I mean, skill is just the most important factor in most games of AOE. So there's plenty I could have done better here. And yeah, there's one big mistake I made that we'll get to in a second here. So my goal, this game, I went into this game kind of with the strategy in mind that I wanted to do regardless of what the English opponent was doing. Which is sometimes I play reactive and sometimes I go into a game like I want to do this, right? So when I saw my opponent was English, I decided this is what I want to do, and that was a 2-town center play. So yeah, that's what I end up going for. And we're just going to speed this up a little bit. We're just, hunting around the map right now. And I had to take these sheep home and then go back out. That's why I didn't finish that yet. But, yeah, I think I put the Kremlin right around here, be the spot, because I want to go for a TC. It's protecting the stone, it gets the wood line. Scout should be doing something, so there's a mistake. And I'm queuing a lot of villagers to wood, because like I said, we're going for a TC. That was close, but he's alive. And I did scout the Abbey of Kings. And this is where the first, I would say, one of the, we'll see. Actually, I need a second before I'd say this definitively. I need to see exactly what went wrong, but... Alright, we'll slow this down now. Well, not quite yet. So I think one thing I did wrong is the first building I drop is a stable. And I'm going for a TC play. I know he's doing a stable. I should have been immediately trying to make spearmen to defend the villagers who placed my second TC. So I think I should have gone for barracks as my first military building. So there's mistake number one. I'm putting a villager on gold. I'm going to need gold to make knights. Probably put more villagers there at some point, but yeah, now it's also kind of a mistake because this villager is going to be exposed on the gold to his knight, and I don't even have enough food for a knight right now. A spearman just would have been much better. Now I can obviously use Kremlin Gremlins to defend, but instead I think, I don't know if I already sent my first Kremlin Gremlins forward to attack the gold. This gold is way too far away, and I pathed a bad way. So by the time they get there, they're going to almost be dead. Another mistake by me. I should have saved my tickets. You'll see why in a second. So I've already opted to go for this TC placement. There's deer and berries. There's a relic nearby as well. This is just too far away, so. Yeah, these are just not going to get any value. This is just kind of wasted, and I could have used them to defend against this. So that would have been a much better use of my militia, and now I'm dropping the barracks anyways. I still haven't got a single knight out. So the barracks definitely should have been my first military building. I would have been a much better play. So big mistakes here. Probably going to lose this villager. I guess not. Now I do have more militia coming out, but if I had had 4 here, it would have been nice. Or if I had had the ticket for when I'm placing the TC. And you can see that's how much damage I did here at the gold. Basically nothing. And I'm accidentally running my scout into this TC now, so that's not good. Hopefully I get it out of there in time. This is alright. I mean, this is good for me. He shouldn't have been fighting that. He should have ran away. But, same time, more units are showing up. And all I have right now that's an actual unit that won't despawn is a knight. 1 knight. And I can't produce a second one because I don't have food. You know why I don't have food to produce knights? It's because I'm going for a second TC. So, once again, the spearman play just would have been better. I could have made several spearmen instead of this knight, because this knight was 140 food. Spearmen are 60 food. So, spearman was the play in response to this. So, the big mistake is coming. From here, like, the mistakes I've made are minor, and definitely haven't made a big impact on the game yet. But what's coming next will. And those kind of mistakes I've made already lead into this next mistake. And that's going to be when I place the TC. And I have extra wood, so I drop another stable. I'm still not even producing any spearmen, but I'm getting the upgrade for spearmen. Yeah, I should have moved more villagers to food, so that I could actually make units. Because I had enough wood, like more than enough wood. And at this point I'm like nervous to go place my TC, but then I decide fuck it. And it was a big mistake. Because he now has 3 horsemen and the king. I'm trying to place this town center out here. And look how many units are going to defend. I've got 1 spearman. And 2 militia that aren't moving. And I sent my knight to do damage on this side. So we're going to see how badly this goes for me, because what I remember is that I might get some damage with this knight as well, but I think I lose way more villagers than he loses. Because this just goes really poorly for me. The knight, 3 horsemen, my militia didn't move out, which is a big mistake. I could have queued 2 more militia already, so I could have 4 militia out here defending. That would have made a big difference. And I definitely should have had more spearmen out here defending already. And I have 2 stables I'm not producing from. Just a waste of resources in general. All of this leads to him attacking at exactly the right moment where my TC is going. And I did kill a villager here. 2 villagers, so that is nice. And I managed to micro the knight back. But you see the issue. Now we're out here with all these units. I've got idle militia still, which is really embarrassing to look back and see that. I didn't realize that. And that's just super unfortunate. So now the militia get moving. And I pull this knight back, but that doesn't even make sense at this point. Wow, this is actually a little bit like better than I thought it was for me, but it's still pretty bad. So now I'm 3 villagers behind, so I think the game is probably salvageable from here, so there's probably a lot more mistakes that I make, so this will be a good opportunity learning moment for us, but I sent like 6 or 8 vills out here to build this. I lost too many. Let's see, he has 5 worker kills, so I sent 8 vills out here and 3 survived. That's really bad. And it was very avoidable, very, very avoidable. So, very unfortunate. Now I'm building farms because I had just mined so much extra wood, I didn't even know what to do with the wood anymore because I already wasn't producing out of my military buildings, and I'm panicking, I guess, a little bit because I built 2 more stables. I'm not even producing out of the 2 stables I have. Mistake, mistake, mistake. So, yeah, this is a good learning experience. Let's keep going. Like, I want to go into full knights, but my economy is so far from being able to afford knights right now. Consistently in my food economy, but it's getting there now. And I probably could have been producing out of 2 stables, but now I have 4. There's no way I'll be producing out of 4. My 1 knight gets caught. But on high view, you can usually get away just because stealth force mechanics. I sent militia to harass right here, not much damage. Now I'm ahead on villagers because of my second TC. But I'm really far behind on military. And I end up having to take this fight to protect... Well, let's see, actually. Do I even need to take this fight? Yeah, he builds a ram and everything. So he's going for the TC. I probably lose this TC. I don't remember 100% what happened in this game. So all I remembered was the really bad start on the TC. But yeah, this is not looking good at all. And this is kind of like the snowball effect of all of the things I've done wrong so far. There's not much I can do here to salvage this, right? Like, I need a lot of spears, and I have 6. Or, yeah, I have 6 spearmen and 5 knights. This is gonna get destroyed. This is just all around really bad. And I am counter-raiding. Big counter-raid here. I forgot about this. So we missed this a lot. I got a bunch of vill kills there. Kind of even up the game a little bit, but I'm going to lose all 10 of these vills probably. And I'm going to lose all those knights. I should have been able to save those, but I was microwing it here as well. Managed to save some villagers. So we've come out in a situation where he has... I probably could salvage the game from here. I'm 10 villagers ahead. The military count's starting to even up. So I did get in a big raid. So there's probably a lot more to learn from this game. So it looks like I made a lot more mistakes. Now, my military count is actually deceiving because there are 6 militia out there, so those will disappear. They're not permanent units. I should have canceled this. I will cancel this archery range, I believe, hopefully. Oh no, please don't build it. Okay. Decided to put a wall here, which is just sad. The wall should be here, you know, hopefully. Would be the goal. Protecting a lot more with that wall. But I don't feel like I have the map control for that. And yeah, this military count's still deceiving because my militia haven't died. There it is. So I'm actually on 10 military. And, I mean, I really did a lot of counter damage with the knights, though, so... This game still might be salvageable, but I think he's going castle soon here. He's almost got the gold, he's got lots of farms, so his food economy will get there soon. And, I'm moving out for exposed resources that I can't really defend with the army I have. I don't have map control. This is really just risk-taking at its finest, is what that is. I did send 10 villagers, and 8 can fit in the wooden fortress. I probably should have only sent 8 villagers. And he immediately just knows, like, because he's a good player. And, you know, I would do the same thing. I would be coming back here to check the boar. That's 100% what I'm doing. And he's checking the boar, and then he's checking these deer. It's very well played, and I come to defend it. Now the military count is actually starting to catch up a little bit. But my opponent doesn't have to do anything to counter these archers, like he's already got the counter on the field. So. And now I have a military advantage, it looks like. And the economy advantage, so... Let's see what else I mess up from here, because apparently I have more mistakes to make. And, while we're waiting, I mean, this is one of the things I find most frustrating about English is it's really hard to attack their food income compared to like every other civ in the game has to get food off the map before they transition into farms. But taking a fight out here, and I don't think this fight is very good for me. It's not. So this was probably a big mistake I made. I probably should not have taken this fight. I think this trade is going really well for Pipoka. Yeah, that was a good trade for him. I just didn't quite have enough units out here. Enough spearmen. Also, I probably don't have... Yep, my blacksmith upgrades for melee defense and stuff are not true. Those aren't super important, but they're important. And now the opponent has, you know, Castle Age, but I'm getting another big raid here, so it's good. And, yeah. So, I mean, you can attack into English's farms, but I'm throwing away my army at the same time, so... I'm double the villager count, man. I don't know how I lost this game. I might just be failing to produce units to replace these knights, or maybe just throwing away these knights just ends up being too bad. Maybe, I don't know what happens. Maybe I stop microing them and they die to the spears. That would... But if I get them out, like, that was a massive raid there. And I am a lot of vills ahead, so I'm still not quite sure what I did to lose this game, but he's gonna get a counter raid here that I was not ready for at all. But, I have a vills to spare. And hopefully I don't lose these knights back here. It doesn't look like I do. This is something I'm usually pretty good at. This game still seems very winnable to me, so... Still not 100% sure what... Okay, the men-at-arms mix in, and I wasn't ready for it at all. And I'm still feudal age, so that's the big issue. And I'm making knights to counter the men-at-arms, but he already has tons of spears as well. So, yeah, these fights aren't going to go well for me. I shouldn't even be fighting this right here, probably. I should be microing this a lot better. That's bad. There's a lot of bad engagements there with knights fighting into spears. Even here, my total score is higher. But lots of men-at-arms coming. And he's going to have Castle Age technologies. I mean, he still hasn't... There's plenty of mistakes my opponent's making. He hasn't upgraded the horsemen. He hasn't upgraded the spearmen, so... Not 100% sure, you know... And I'm still not sure how I lose from here. I'm still in feudal age fighting Castle Age. I keep forgetting that. I'm having to produce units to, while my opponent is ahead in Castle Age, so that's one big thing. But also just really bad macro behind this as well. Because we've been fighting so constantly, my macro just ended up really bad. I never ended up on this boar. I wanted to. That would have helped me get castle. But instead I'm floating a ton of gold. I did pull the villagers off gold eventually. But yeah. So this is actually probably what lost me the game. So I think even with the bad start, I think I could have macroed this a lot better. I'm not taking these berries with nearly enough villagers. I've been making farms, been gathering too much wood the whole time. So I think the answer for why I lost this game is very simple actually, and it's just macro, and it's just a result of being pressured by my opponent the whole time. And yeah, this is why, like, Beastie, I was watching his stream yesterday, he says, you know, you pretty much always want to be the one putting pressure on your opponent, because then you can do whatever you want behind it, right? And I have put some counter pressure on him, but I've been throwing away units and keeping myself from reaching the Castle Age at the same time. So eventually, his Castle Age advantage just kind of spirals into a place where I can't stop it. Or snowballs. And even now, like, if I would have just dropped to market a little while ago and spent some of this gold, I mean, there's so many things I could have done better this game, so definitely glad I picked this one. This is a good learning experience for hopefully some of y'all, and definitely a good learning experience for me. And yeah, this fight, there's too many like Castle Age men-at-arms in here. I think he still hasn't upgraded the Spearman or the Horseman, so big mistakes there, but yeah. My micro is pretty bad here, but losing all these units as I go to Castle Age, that's gonna be it, right? I'm not gonna be able to stop him from killing all my villagers here, so. I think that's game right there. I think I'll forfeit in a second. So. Finally gets that Spearman upgrade coming through for him, so. And the Horseman upgrade, nice. And I got my upgrades on the Knights already. And I'm getting this upgrade for the Knights, which is big. It's actually insane, like, that, I stayed in this game as long as I did, like. But yeah, I'm definitely glad I picked this game to watch, because we've seen a million things I could have done better. I decided just to forfeit when this keep goes down. And he starts working on this town center. I just felt like it was a push I couldn't stop, so I go ahead and forfeit in the second here, especially after losing all these units. Now, I probably should have just allowed this keep to go up and tried to mass a bigger army and go for siege. That would have been a better play. Instead, after throwing away my army here, I decided it's definitely GG and I just quit. So, another mistake to end the game. Like, honestly, I maybe even still had a chance before this fight, but this seals the deal, and now I am dead. So, and I'm ahead by so many villagers. So, yeah, being ahead in villagers is not always the biggest thing. And English can produce siege out of this keep, so I mean, really crazy stuff. But yeah, I felt like this was GG, so. But yeah, I will be ready next time. I've learned a lot from this, and hopefully you guys did too. Let me know if you have any further questions about anything I've said in this game, or yeah, and also guys, if you want me to do a review of one of your games, just stop by the stream sometime when I'm live. Maybe I'm live right now, probably not, but I try to go live like 5 days a week, so, and I'll do replay reviews for anyone who asks, so. One review per person, like, for free, and then you can earn more reviews just by watching the stream and getting channel points, so that's pretty cool. Alright, y'all, I think that's gonna be it, so thanks for watching, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.